Gold Rush Chevrolet in Auburn, California is offering GM employee pricing on every new 2013 Chevy in stock. Plus, every pre-owned vehicle will be priced to sell. Use this opportunity to grab the 2013 Chevy Tahoe. That's Gold Rush Chevrolet in Auburn, California.
Welcome to the final Blitz kickoff show of the preseason. This week, Del Oro's Golden Eagles host St. Mary's in a potential playoff preview in Loomis. Scoring machine Brad Botsford and his Bear River Bruins put their unbeaten record on the line against Eureka, and the Hillmen will take on Wood Creek for homecoming at Placer High School, where we start this week's show off chatting with Coach Joey Montoya.
Yeah, and that's your number one goal, right? Fix that. You go. Fix your second. You go. Step, step, ready. And step. 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 And get up to it.
Joey, you guys got a homecoming game on Friday against Wood Creek. What's the atmosphere like on campus here this week?
Homecoming week's always electric around Placer. There's a lot of history here. There's 3 rallies this week: the Powder Puff game, the dance Saturday night, and obviously the big thing, which is the game Friday night. It's always an exciting time around here at Placer.
And you guys got Wood Creek on Friday. What can you tell us about them?
Well, traditionally, when you play a homecoming team, you play against a team that you're going to win and or beat. And unfortunately, this week we play a very good football team. They have incredible talent. They're well coached. They play hard. And while their record may be 1-3, they've lost to 3 phenomenal football teams and really have competed in all 3 of those games. And so, needless to say, we have our hands full this week against another extremely athletic Division I football team.
They got a pretty good running game with Mitchell Layden.
And they've got a great running game. Their quarterback's a great runner. They got the big running back when he's healthy. They got a couple other skilled players that are dynamite. They've got a receiver, number 2, that's probably going to be one of the best we see all year. It's going to be a great challenge for us. We're playing some kids that have more talent than us, and it's going to be a good challenge for us.
And aside from it being homecoming, it's the last preseason game. What are you guys hoping to accomplish going into league?
Well, we'd like to play better than at least we did last week. And I know the score is a little deceiving from last week, but when we watched the film, we noticed that we were really a couple mistakes away on quite a few plays from being in a position to have that score be completely different. Now, I don't think we would have won, but at least we would have played a lot better and been more competitive. And who knows when you're in that situation. And so, we just got to clean up the mistakes that we're making. We've got to be more physical, and we got to execute when it matters.
It seems like you guys got a lot of injured guys on the sidelines again today. What's the injury situation like going into this week?
Every game we've had to make several adjustments throughout the night because we've had different kids get banged up, and unfortunately this week's no different. Right now we have a few kids that are for sure out, and we'll see if we're going to get a couple more back by Friday night. But it's just some adversity that we have seemed to face every week so far this year, and we just got to stay the course and give it your best shot.
All right, anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
It's great to be home.
At Lake of the Pines, Auburn Journal correspondent Trevor Horn caught up with Bear River coach Scott Savoy to talk about Brad Botsford, who has 11 touchdowns on the season.
All right, Scott, everybody loves touchdowns this year. It's Brad Botsford's for you. How are you surprised, or is this something that you anticipated him being able to do?
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Brad's a good football player. We've seen that all the way through his career. He was good as a junior Bruin. Had a great freshman, sophomore year too. Last year, he didn't get a chance to run the ball very much for us. He did play some fullback, but he started for us at quick tackle last year, and he does a great job there too.
Nothing like having a D lineman running the ball for you every now and then, because they got that down the hill, beat 'em up mentality. Is he of that same cut?
He is. He's the kind of guy that he breaks into the open. He'd still rather go through somebody than around him. He kind of has that mentality. And, tough runner, but the thing that we really like about Bots is that he's got that breakaway speed at the fullback position that we don't always get. Typically our halfbacks are the guys that are a little bit faster. You know, he's a lot like Varney was a few years back, back in '08. You know, Jason Varney, big, strong, fast guy, and Bots is the same kind of guy.
Nice to be able to have an extra compliment, especially with Caleb going down early in the season.
Well, absolutely. We're really leaning on Brad at this point, you know, to help us carry the show. I mean, it's not just him. We've had other kids have stepped in. You know, Tipton had a big game for us last week, and you know, we've had some other guys that you know, voters stepped in and done a good job. But he has carried us. I mean, geez, he had over 170 yards in a half against Highlands, and you know, we'd have kept him in. Who knows what he'd have had? But you know, he's a guy you can lean on. Like I say, he's not just a good runner, but he's a very physical blocker as well, and an all-around back.
What's he? If somebody was to know Brad off the field, what's he like?
You know, he's a big ag guy. He's in our FFA here at school. You'll quite often see him with a cowboy hat on, and almost always in boots, and easy go lucky guy. Just easy guy to get along with. Hard worker in the weight room. You know, big guy, big, strong football player, but likes to fish. Good kid.
One of those guys that you love having on the field because he straps his boots, I'm sure, at home, and he does it right here on the field for you guys.
Well, he'd wear the boots out there if we'd let him, but yeah, he's a great kid to have around, and we're really happy. You know, at one point in time last spring, he was talking about not playing, and we'd have thought that'd have been pretty tough for us as a team, and joined us again towards the end of the summer and decided that he wanted to finish things up. So we were really happy that he decided to come back.
Did he give a reason why he was leaning towards leaving?
You know, just I think one of those deals. You know, football at that point in time, he wasn't really enjoying it, and you know, it's a grind. It's a definite grind. We expect a lot out of the kids, and I think he had to get away from it for a little bit to figure out what it really meant to him.
Alrighty, Brad, you're 4 games into your senior year. You're 11 touchdowns in. But this was a situation where you thought that you weren't going to be playing this year. What was your initial reason for wanting to step away, and then what brought you back?
Well, I was kind of feeling like I was done with football, kind of irritated with it. And then I decided to go work for a little bit over the summer. And then I realized I'd rather regret not playing, or regret playing instead of not playing, and just have it come have some fun my senior year with the kids I've been playing with for 6 years, and just have a good time.
4-0. It's got to be kind of fun for you, right?
Yeah.
So everything's kind of worked out for you. Could you have expected a start like this, individually and for the team?
Not really individually. As the team, yeah. We have a good bunch of athletes, great offensive line, good solid defense, and we have fun together.
And then you being a defensive line guy, do you have that mentality of just running it right down the middle and beating guys up?
Yeah, I love just putting my head down, getting dirty, and doing the work.
That game against Highlands, 170 yards in the first half. What was that like for you?
I just came out really focused, wanting to play, and they kind of just started going for me and making good cuts and smart plays. Didn't stop moving my feet, and just a lot of fun.
You are an agricultural guy, and you're on a club on campus. Can you explain that to me and what that is?
It's the FFA, and it's just pretty much doing ag classes, learning about like ag science, animals that are like being processed in big time, like cows, pigs, that kind of stuff. And then we have ag mechanics, which is learning about like doing mechanical stuff, welding, woodworking, just pretty much anything you'd be doing on a ranch or something.
Now, is that family? Is that a family business that you've just kind of taken on, or is that something you wanted to do on your own?
Well, my dad's a mechanic, so it's kind of been pushed on me, but I also really like doing mechanical work, welding, just like doing stuff with my hands.
You talk about a possible career in the military after high school is over. Is being on the football field kind of that same thing in your mindset where it's a team aspect and you're doing everything together?
Yeah, you kind of have to work together, strict discipline, just doing your job, and it'll all work out.
Then you've got Eureka. It's your homecoming Friday night. How excited are you to strap it on, get in front of the fans, and really put on a show?
I'm pretty pumped. It's going to be a big game, fun game. A lot of people coming to watch, make sure we win. hoping we win. Eureka's a good team, so it'll be a tough game.
Okay, congratulations. Thanks.
In the next segment of the show, we'll take a look at this week's slate, which features 4 homecoming games in the foothills. At Placer High School, the Hillmen will host Wood Creek for homecoming 1 year after the Hillmen went to Roseville and whipped Wood Creek on their own turf for their own homecoming. In Loomis, the Golden Eagles will look to improve to 3-2 and take a winning record into Sierra Foothill League play as they close out their grueling non-league schedule against the St. Mary's Rams, who lost to Del Oro in the playoffs last season. The Colfax Falcons are coming off a bye and look to improve to 5-0 when they take on Mesa Verde in a homecoming of their own. Bear River looks to improve to 5-0 against Eureka with a huge home field advantage as Eureka has to travel 600 miles round trip to take on the Bruins. Out at Casumas River College in Sacramento, Forest Hills Wildfires will look to get back in the win column when they take on Cristo Rey in a Sacramento Metro Athletic League game. That's all the time we have this week on the Blitz. For more on Placer County football, pick up a print edition copy of the Auburn Journal.